Hello, welcome back to bennystake. I'm your girl Benny, and I'm bringing you guys right back on my couch again. You guys have been enjoying these sit downs, and I'm enjoying making them because it's a little bit more of a low lift. Now, mind you, if y'all see my setup right now, y'all gonna judge me, okay? We got fufu and pounded yam inside one of the containers. We got Christmas gift. It's just like a lot. It's a lot trying to hold up this camera, but you guys are on my couch, and we're gonna be talking about pop the balloon or find love. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe to the notification bell so that you always know when I upload. Your girl is on a journey to 10,000 subscribers. I've been consistent. I've been trying to do the things. Okay, so please go ahead and support, watch the videos, comment on my videos. If I say something that you think is funny, that you think is insightful, that you think is whatever, just comment. Okay, if you like my face, go ahead and comment and be like, damn, baby, you fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment anything. It does help my channel. It does help with visibility. It does help the algorithm push me out to more people. So definitely do all of the things. I appreciate it, and I appreciate it. All right.
Single guy. Hello, welcome in.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Malik Excalibur.
Okay, Malik, how old are you?
I'm 47. I'm a certified master personal trainer.
Okay.
I'm also a host of a podcast called Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant.
His name is Malik Excalibur. Is it Malik Excalibur? And then his profession, he does something, but he also the host of a podcast called what? What's the name of the podcast?
I'm Malik Excalibur.
Malik Excalibur. Okay.
And what do you do?
I'm a certified master personal trainer.
And then what else he do?
I'm also a host of a podcast called Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant.
He's the host of a podcast called Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant. Y'all help me go find that on iTunes. Go ahead and help me find that on Spotify. He the co-host, okay, or the host of a podcast called Life of Bedford-Stuyvesant. What y'all be talking about on the Life of Bedford-Stuyvesant? What do y'all be talking about on the podcast? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you're nervous, but like, what y'all be talking about on the podcast called Life of Bedford-Stuyvesant? Master personal trainer. Can you master enunciation? He probably just nervous. So let me not even do too much. He probably just nervous. You know, he probably just feeling like, okay, I want to make sure that I'm stepping out, doing the right things. You know, he probably just nervous. But like, Life of Bedford-Stuyvesant. Ole, why you ain't ask him to clarify? He a host of a Life of Bedford-Stuyvesant.
I'm also a published author of The Gift and Broken Wings. And I forgot, I do a lot of things. I wear a lot of hats.
Okay, what are some things you like to do for fun?
I'm spontaneous. Primarily, I like to enjoy my own company.
Okay.
But when I do go out with my lady, we everywhere. We outside.
We outside. When I'm with my lady, we be outside. Like, okay, enjoy your life of outside. Like,
We doing laser tag. We in the park. We could fly. I mean, we doing everything. So
he's definitely nervous. Like, he's stuttering. He's stammering a lot. So it's probably just nerves. But like, I want somebody to ask him the name of the podcast because I'm not sure I'm catching it. Maybe I'm slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm African and, you know, we don't understand the language of the things. So maybe that's all
Some
that
things
is.
you do look for in a woman.
they got me trembling, a little shaky and all. My palms sweaty.
Okay. All right, you trembling and you shaking. He just said it. He trembling and he's shaking. That's all right. Take a breather. You know, get into it. You got this. Malik Excalibur, you got this. You could escalate this conversation to new heights, okay?
Attitude. I love a woman that has a positive attitude. And I'm not really too judgmental about that. You know what I'm saying? I accept a person for who she is. And it's a learning process.
Nice.
So I like to learn about the individual I'm going to be with. Deal breakers. I really don't have no deal breakers.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. What you mean you ain't got no deal breaker? Right? It's some deals that should break you. You know what I'm saying? It is some things that should be breaking everybody. Everybody has to have something. You're not saying you ain't gotta be, extra or annoying with it, but like everybody has to have a deal breaker. Everybody. Like if you do this, I'm gone. You say this, I'm gone. Like you do, like I'm gone. Everybody has to have them. I have several. I have several. It's not a flex not to have a deal breaker, because not having a deal breaker is low-key a deal breaker. And now we got 3 ladies who have popped already.
Okay, well, let's see why the
And now there's a 4th.
Sure.
My name is Sohair and I'm 38.
And so here, what do you do?
I'm a nurse.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Everybody has deal breakers.
Thank
Everybody
you.
has some boundaries, something that you don't like.
Before, he said he doesn't.
He was ready to move on too.
Twice so.
I don't want to be the first one to pop.
So is he your type?
No, I'm sorry.
Wait, that's not a good enough reason. If somebody's not your type, pop. It's all right. To say you didn't want to be the first one to pop, like what that mean? Y'all don't know how to stand alone? Y'all don't know how to just what? Do something even though other people might disagree with it? Like you just want to what? Be a follower or find another reason? Like pop. If you don't like something or you don't like someone, you could pop the balloon. You ain't gotta be rude about it. You ain't gotta be disrespectful. But if he's not your type, he's not your type.
No, she's someone that's your type.
Of course. Of course. She's a black woman, of course.
Okay. All right, let's go on over here.
Okay. Yo, I had to go ahead and pause this because, baby, I had beans last night. It was a lot going on. Okay, it was, spiritual warfare, my God.
What do you do?
I am a influencer, YouTuber, and content creator.
I like it.
And why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Okay, she's a content creator, Instagrammer, YouTuber at 51. And nothing wrong with that. I'm curious as to maybe what she did before that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes, let's keep it a buck. Sometimes influencers, not everybody's making, the bucks. Like, not everybody's making the coins, right? It's a lot of people who are still in the beginner stages. So, like, in between, like, how are you able to support yourself? It can be very hard. I know for me, my numbers have definitely increased, right? But it's not like the money has run up behind it, right? Like it's 1 million followers, not $1 million. Okay? It doesn't happen that rapidly. And you get a little bit here and there, but it takes a minute, right? For these things to, for these things to actually become lucrative. So I know for me, I still have my business. I have my cleaning business where I be going at. So I'm just like curious, like, okay, when you're not doing that, like what you be doing? Or has it blown up for you to the point where that's like your source of income? Because I'm not saying it cannot happen. You have a lot of influencers where like that's all they do. They're just content creators and that's supporting their lifestyle, right? But the reality is, that's maybe like 10% of influencers. That's not everybody.
He said he didn't have no boundary, but also because his pants was a little too tight.
Yeah, I get that sometimes.
Yeah.
You get that sometimes? Okay. All right. If you get that sometimes and that hasn't swayed your decision no way, no how, then, keep your tight pants.
All right. Now, is Justine someone that's your type?
Well, with the pants tight situation, I will comment on that first of all.
Okay.
My stepfather was going.
Why are you about to explain your pants? As a grown man, if you've gotten this before and you decide, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna keep my pants. Me and my pants, we finna be tight. Okay? Tighter than the Holy Ghost is with the Son of God. Me and my pants, we locked in. We gonna be together. If that's a decision that you've decided to make as a grown man, stand by it. Don't get on no national television trying to explain your pants. Absolutely not. Because if they wasn't dry, at this point, it's about to be Sahara Desert dry. Okay? It's about to be so dry, they're about to light up our lead on fire. If as a man you make a decision and you've been told in the past and you decide like, nah, this was best for me, stand. That's attractive. That's like, dang, like he got balls. Okay? He got balls. We can locate his balls. His spine aligned. Because no matter what people say, if you feel like whatever that you're doing whether it be a fashion choice, whether it be, your job, like whatever it is that you're doing as a grown man, if you feel as though that's what you want to do and you've decided on that, regardless on what somebody says stands, you ain't got to sit over here and explain to women your choice of pants unprovoked. Like, why are we about to discuss your pants? Comment down below and let me know. To me, it's just kind of like, as a woman, I'm like, okay, even if I don't like something, if you stand on it, I respect that, because it's like, okay, you got balls. You got a spine. You a man. You know what I'm saying? Wait, let's listen to the explanation first before.
Okay. My stepfather, when I was growing up, he always moved like a man. Spears used to be kind of tight, but he was tough. He took care of the kids. He had a good job, and he always dressed mature. So I wanted to get outside of me dressing with my pants baggy, because I used to wear my pants, and start wearing it in a more presentable way, so it fits me. And I'm very comfortable in my pants, by the way. Yeah. But so yeah, she's definitely my type. Again, a melanated woman.
You dress like your stepdaddy used to dress. You gave up your own style of dressing to dress the way another man being done dressed. Because he took care of them kids, he was very respectful. Like, you could be respectful with a little room in your pants. You could be respectful and responsible with loose pants. To give up your own idea of how to dress as a man, only to copy another grown man. And then get on TV and explain to us that you did, in fact, copy another man dressing style. You ain't had your own. You just copied another man. Now, granted, that's your stepfather. You want to emulate positive behaviors. But, like, if your own personal style says, I'm finna wear loose pants, you could be respectful in loose pants. You could live your life in loose pants. The minute you go ahead and forsake your own style to go ahead and copy and paste another grown man's style on you, I was trying to see if maybe the balls was back here, but it wasn't.
I'm Lene, and I'm 40 years old.
Nice to meet you.
Lene, what do you do?
I'm an author and clinical therapist.
Nice.
Okay, author.
All right. Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Something about your aura, I just kind of felt like family, and I'm like, okay, something about it
Sometimes you get that.
reminded me of like a cousin or something. So yes, that was.
You get that sometimes too. This baby is friend zoning you on national television. Something about you makes me feel like we are family. And you're like, I get that sometimes. So you're the dude that gets friend zoned all the time. Why you be getting friend zoned all the time? It's giving brotherly love. It's giving brother in Christ. The only one finna hug you is on the side. Lean and come back. My coochie dry. Okay, my mind is bold. You, my brother in Christ. The only way we finna go together is the house of God. Me and you can go to the house of God and pray, but you not coming to my house. That's what she just said. You be getting friend zoned a lot. Why? Why? Is it a lack of swag? Is it the pants too tight? Is it the explaining of the pants? Is it the missing balls? It's just kind of like, he's nice. He hasn't been rude or mean or demeaning to the girlies, but there's just like a little, you know what I'm saying? There's a little razzle dazzle that's missing.
I can go with the deal breaker now, because I always want to jump into explanation, because sometimes I feel like some things that's unsaid. Of course, everybody has a deal breaker. I just walk into a situation where I don't know you. I'm saying, so I'm getting a learning. It's a learning process. So I can't miss anything on somebody that meet with a deal breaker automatically, because I don't know you.
Thank you.
I'm a podcast host. I just did 2 episodes where one was an author. She has something called Being Different is Okay.
He's promoting the podcast now. Life of He's really promoting it so that y'all can tune into Life of He's promoting his podcast. And I'm like, you have struggled with your words on here, right? Like you struggle to articulate yourself on here. Sometimes it's just nerves, right? I'm trying to be empathetic because, again, I'm sure speaking to a mic like I'm doing right now by yourself versus being in front of people in a room full of people, sometimes you can get nervous, right? But also his nerves are just a little bit like up here, right? Like he talked about how he was sweating and all that stuff. And I'm just like, so how do we be going on the podcast of Life of It? How do we be going? You know what I'm saying? Like how does the podcast be going if you be nervous to talk? You know what I'm saying? But then again, I'm empathizing again because speaking to a mic by yourself doesn't necessarily mean somehow you are an extrovert. It doesn't necessarily mean that somehow when you meet people, you finna be like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people are introverted and in the privacy of their own home, they can talk, they can hee, they can ha. And when they're in public, it takes them a second to kind of like warm up a little bit. So I get that.
Vibes, like I could, and I don't mean this. I get what you're saying because sometimes I look at people like they my sister, and that's how I'm feeling the vibe from you right now.
Oh,
like,
so she's not your type. You're getting a sister vibe. Is that what you're saying?
I'm getting a sister vibe from her.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what Arlette said. She's not your type. You're getting a sister vibes, and he's like, no. I'm getting a sister vibe from her. And so that means you're not attracted to her because you're thinking family. Okay, you thinking this my family, this my cousin from my mama's side. That's the vibe you're getting. You know what I'm saying?
She's not your type. Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
then?
I mean yes. No, definitely not.
Is it a no? Is it a yes? It's just like a lot of stammering and lack of confidence that this man is exuding thus far, and I just don't know.
Sharon, 47.
And Sharon, what do you do?
I am a staff accountant and a content creator.
Nice.
So?
A staff accountant and a content creator. And I believe our good sis is from Ghana. I think so. I think she might be from Ghana, just from her name, like her last name. But like, again, a lot of content creators, they're having to do one thing and then content on the side, right? It takes a minute for content to become like your full, source of income. It takes a second. So I'm curious as far as like the other lady, the 51-year-old, like what kind of content she creates and, maybe she's crossed over, but it's like, it's very unlikely. Typically you have people who have like their regular job and they're doing content on the side because it takes a second. It's not everybody that's going on Bali trips. It's not everybody that's doing all these things. It's not everybody, right? It takes a second. And I'm saying this to say that even for anybody watching thinking they want to get into content creation, keep your job. Keep your job for a minute. Keep your job for a minute. Okay? Calculate some things. Carry the 3. Okay? Then bills sometimes will be forgetting of. Carry the 3. Keep your job for a little while. Keep your job for a little while. It's a lot of people lying online. It's a lot of people lying and pretending to live a lifestyle that they don't actually live. So keep your job. Keep your job.
Very handsome guy. Just didn't feel the attraction.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
very
definitely
handsome.
attracted to you. Like
Really?
Okay.
Thank you.
He love him some chocolate.
I do. Thank you. 47. Yes.
Yeah, great. You have a great speech. Carry yourself very elegantly. Definitely
Thank
something
you.
out of interest.
You carry yourself very elegantly. Did you want to say elegant and eloquent at the same time? He's struggling a little bit. He's struggling. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to be on TV. It's hard to know that people are watching you. And this show has been going on for a minute, right? So we know how people can get online. We know how people going to come and sit on their couch, talk about you. Like, we know all these things. Like, we know. People can be, out of pocket sometimes. We know, right? And those people are trying their best, right? But we know. So I understand our good brother being like, dang, I really want to make sure that I'm not doing the most. I want to make sure that I'm speaking as best as I can. And I think that's making him nervous. So, like, I'm very empathetic. I'm still going to talk, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still going to comment on some things. But I get it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and ask these 2 remaining ladies a question to see who's more of your match.
How do you feel about protecting your man?
How do you feel about protecting your man? What that mean? Malik Excalibur, who has a podcast on life of a... What that mean? What that mean? How do you feel about protecting your man? That is a very interesting question, because as I'm thinking, ain't you the one supposed to be protecting me? Ain't you the one? Like, do you mean like emotionally? Like, what do you mean? And what kind of protection are you looking to have from me? I'm a child of God. I don't even be protecting myself. Okay? The Lord protects me. I'm not protecting a grown man. Is it physically? Is it emotionally? Like, do you mean like, how do you create a safe space for your man? Like, what do we mean protection? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are we going with this? Malik Excalibur. Malik Excalibur with the podcast of Fluff of... Is that what we're talking about on the podcast? The protection of men? Let's just, because now at this point I feel like I'm asking questions. Maybe they're going to answer this as I watch.
Okay. Let's start
Exactly.
Here.
Pop the
First.
balloon.
Neek, and I am 40.
Mm-hmm.
And Neek, what do you do? I'm a professional hype woman.
Mm-hmm.
Professional hype woman. What that mean? Like, do they hire you to clap for the people at the graduation? That's my baby. Yes, sir. You better graduate. Yes, sir. How are you hyping the people of God? Like, are you the professional church clapper? Like, how are we hyping the people of God? Professionally, that is. How are we hyping the people of God? Like, what that mean? Because I could hype. I be very supportive of people. I could hype. You know what I'm saying? I could get my hype on. You know? Hire me for graduation. I'm finna clap for your baby. I'm going to make your baby feel like the smartest person that's graduating down there at the school. Hire me. I'm going to professionally hype you up. You look good. I'm going to hype you up. Okay, outfit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, hair. I see you. I could hype the people of God. What that mean, Nick? You got to explain to the people of God what that means to be a professional hype woman. Who you hyping?
And how do you protect your man? Is that what the question?
How do you protect your man?
Now, this is the second time. They didn't ask him, what was the question? You repeated, how do you protect your man? So now at this point, I'm literally taking that as that. You mean to say, how is the woman finna protect you? You've had your second chance now. If maybe you needed to elaborate, explain yourself a little bit more, you just said how you protect your man. Let's see how this lady finna protect you.
I'm not sure exactly how to answer that question because a man should be the protector.
Exactly.
And I wanted to pop a few times ago because I also feel like everybody has a deal breaker, but then you kind of swayed a little bit. So I feel like there is a deal breaker. So
But my answer for what you just said, I don't mean for a woman to protect me. I just beat up a dude last month for beating this woman up on the highway. I beat her out the car. I don't play no games when it comes to my woman.
Where are we going with that story? You know, I just beat up a dude on the highway. Who asked? Malik Excalibur with the podcast of a life of... Who asked? It's a lot of explaining of things. It's a lot of explaining of some things, and your explanations are low-key giving nothing and a half. I just beat up a dude on the highway. You wanted to tell that story. Did you tell it on the podcast of Life of... Did you already tell that story? Are we going to catch it on an episode where you beat up a guy on the highway? Where are we going with that? You did, like, where are we going with that? Walk me through. Where Dora at? Dora, let me borrow your map. so I could figure out how we got here. You beat up a dude on the highway last month. Okay? Why I be saying that last month? Why I be doing that? Africans love to do that too. My mom last month. And then we be adding H's where it don't go and then removing the H's where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom would say like high phone. And then she'll say she's going to the house. And I'm like, if you just take the H from the high phone, put it on the house. You have house and iPhone. I do it all the time too. Sometimes I be having to do it over because I'm going to add an H where it don't belong, take it where it's supposed to be. It's just a lot going on. Okay? You beat up a dude last month. Did you talk about it on your podcast? Did you talk about it then already? Because it sounds like you wanted to tell this story. Nobody asked. Nobody asked for this story. All we wanted was for you to clarify what you mean by how can a woman go ahead and protect her man. Okay, protector of the land. What you mean by that? That's all we asked.
That I get in situations when I'm with women where I got to get out and get busy. So when I'm with you, like I expect you to protect me too. I protect any woman that know me, they very protected.
So maybe a better way to phrase the question is how should a woman carry herself so that her man doesn't have to.
I mean, sometimes when I ask questions, because I ain't put it out there like it should have been put out there. Sometimes I put out questions out there, I be like, sometimes I think people want to get what I'm saying, but that's what I meant. I mean, but people that know me know what I meant, but you guys don't know me, so you're going to say, what, protect?
You had a second chance to go ahead and clarify that. You didn't. So you meant what you said. You want to get your princess treatment on. You want to be pampered. You know what I'm saying? When she on her cycle, you want to be on your period too. You know, you want to make sure that she's out here tootsie rolling, back flipping, you know, doing all this Simone Biles gymnastics to make sure you're good, to make sure that you feel protected, so you feel safe. That's what you meant. Because now we're just talking and we're saying nothing. She literally offered you a better way of saying the question. Do you mean how should a woman carry herself so that you don't have to go ahead and beat up a dude on the highway last month? But you are still stammering. You're still...
I ain't put out there like it should be put out there. You're right. Sometimes I put out questions out there, I be like, sometimes I think people want to get what I'm saying, but that's what I meant. I mean, but people that know me know what I meant, but you guys don't know me, so you're going to say, what? Protect them? You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I meant. I mean, protect me by protecting my freedom. That's what I mean, by protecting my sanity, you know what I'm saying?
Now we're protecting your freedom. Freedom of what? Freedom of speech? Freedom of religion? Like, what are we protecting? What are we protecting, Malik? Malik Excalibur. Malik Excalibur, how are we protecting your freedom? How are we protecting your freedom, Malik Excalibur? Now, mind you, it be dudes like this. Again, I'm not trying to shade him at all, because sometimes you get nervous, things happen. But it be dudes like this that sometimes be talking to women cash crazy. I'm not saying just him. I'm saying it be dudes like this that don't got no confidence. He be dudes like this that cannot even articulate themselves. But when they get online, the ways in which they be talking to women and the ways in which they be talking about women, in real life, they can't even articulate themselves. This baby is sweating. I'm talking about all these women are here. I'm sure they're nervous too. I'm sure they're thinking like, dang, are these people not going to come and be attracted to me? Like, I'm sure they got questions. But look at the poise. Everybody confident. Everybody standing tall. Here you came stammering. You want to protect your freedom. You beat up a dude last month on your podcast. Laugh of it. It be dudes like this that don't really got it going like that, but then they will get online, dragging women, leaving nasty comments under women's posts. But then in real life, you cannot even ask a clear question. You are stammering. You are explaining your pants. You're telling us stories about beating up a dude last month. Like,
nothing stupid. I don't have to do nothing stupid because you're making sure that you're moving responsible, respectful for yourself. Like, I'm gonna respond to somebody grab your butt. I had it happen before. I'm saying, like, I had to drive to Walmart because my girl had a butt grabbed by some guy. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna protect your man as well, because a lot of men put themselves in danger. Like, I was on the highway last year and I beat some guy up.
Was it last year or last month?
In the car. I pulled him out of the car. He was 6'something", but I don't play games with a common woman. But again, you have to protect me even as a black man, because now I would have went to jail for that guy. He could have killed me.
Okay.
Not the young black man. Sir. Now he talking about somebody grab his woman butt at Walmart. It's just like beautiful gowns. Even Arlette is tired. Because we're 10 minutes into the show. You still talking. Like, sir, it's okay. Even Arlette tired.
My name is Maya. I am 42 years old.
Maya, what do you do?
I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I'm also a landlord, and I'm also an author.
With the exception of maybe the lady who's a professional hype woman, I still don't know what that means, and the other lady who creates content. Again, a legit business, because that's what I do too. I'm not knocking that down. I'm just saying sometimes don't be bringing in money until a little bit later, right? With the exception of those two, everybody here, they got jobs. Like, you look at what they're saying. Professional counselor. That means this baby done went to school. Okay, start at least a master's degree. Okay, done went to school, done studied. Okay? And she a landlord. That means this baby is understanding a little bit more about property, a little bit more about investments. Gorgeous. Okay, gorgeous. The other lady, you know, I believe the other one is like a therapist or something, if I'm not mistaken. And then the other lady next to her, the Ghanaian lady, I forget what her job, but she had another job, and then she had content creation on the side. Malik Excalibur is a trainer, a master trainer, and then he has a podcast with Laugh of a Physicist. And he beat up a dude last month. He 47. I shouldn't have to calculate what exactly you be doing and how that translates financially at 47. We need to be able to talk about just like the differences in these women, right? Like it's a lot of men that's just like, nah, professionally it's not giving. Like, what's going on? Like, what conversation do we actually need to be having? It's a lot of men professionally. It's just like, on this here show, people be having 75 different jobs. And you sitting over here calculating, like, financially, what that mean? Financially, how does it add up? Typically, when you combine everything, it be giving nothing and a half. And then the women on the other side, you look like careers. This baby is a whole landlord. I don't know if it's of one property or multiple property, but like this baby is a landlord. Evict this baby off my screen, please. My God.
So why did you end up popping your balloon?
Because I have a huge personality and I like a balance with someone to listen and someone to speak when it's time to.
Okay, so you...
That baby said all you do is talk. All you do is talk. And you don't even enunciate right, but all you do is talk. I need somebody that's going to go ahead and introduce the lips. Plan a date for them, a silent night. I need me a dude that knows how to go ahead and plan a date, a solo date for his lips. Okay? For a little while. Okay? You ain't did that. You talked the whole time.
He was talkative. But you're nice looking and you're a nice guy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Concise. Straight to the point, concise. I'm sure she was nervous too, but concise. Okay? Because she on the same TV show that you're on. Concise. Concise. She ain't beat up nobody last month. Nobody grabbed her butt. Like, concise. Concise.
It was both ways about that. I didn't put out there in the air to write.
It's okay. It's all right.
I will have to say my last thoughts on our good brother Malice Excalibur on his podcast, Live with the My last thoughts on him is that I'm so glad he wasn't disrespectful. I will have to give him that. He was nervous. His nerves got the best of him. He's a bit chatty. His work wasn't all the way there, but at the very least, he wasn't disrespectful. Because if you look at the cast, these black women, and y'all know how I feel about black women, please, nobody was rude or dismissive of him. Nobody was disrespectful to him. We ask, and I ask, that y'all treat us the same. If I am being disrespectful towards you, you don't have to come and be disrespectful towards me. But a lot of the dudes that be coming on this here show, they just be disrespectful for no reason. For no reason. They will insult women for no reason. So I do have to give it to our good brother, Malik Excalibur, on his podcast, Live with the which I will be tuning into once I figure out what the actually is. You know what I'm saying? I do have to give it to him. He wasn't rude. He wasn't disrespectful. He ain't did nothing to these women. He just was nervous, but he wasn't sassy. He wasn't none of that. So thank you.